Okay, we are live. I am Chloe.
I am Sandy, and this is Word Stitch. Did I jump the gun on that?
No, it's okay. As you were saying that, a friend of mine, Sarah, texted me, what's your opinion on transitioned people in sports? And I don't think she's actually asking me this. She's telling me about a conversation that she had today, but I was like, that is a loaded question right there. Anyways, hello, this is Word Stitch. How are you doing today, Sandy? How's your knee doing?
Oh my gosh. So you guys, if you're watching, and hi to Devin and hi to Roselyn. So I'm on a different computer than normal because I'm sitting in my recliner instead of at my desk because I totally felt like an old person and like hurt my knee today. And I don't know if it's okay or not. We'll see. I like right now it's up and it's being iced, and I took ibuprofen and Tylenol, or I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And my husband has to do all of the things I would normally do, and it's everything. Like there was clothing in the dryer, and like I stripped our sheets because the baby threw up on the sheets this morning, so like they had to go, right? But they're still in the washer and they need to be dried and then put back onto the bed. I don't even know if he knows how to do that. There's a duvet. There's a duvet.
Oh
He might not
no.
know how to do the duvet.
Oh no, that's complicated.
It is totally complicated. And
Like, I feel like if I didn't have my sewing background, I wouldn't know how to do it. Just because I don't use duvets.
yeah, like if you're not familiar with it, it's a really weird thing. And
Yeah.
so I'm worried about that. And his parents were home when I fell. Like they'd been here for like an hour, and of course, falling occurred. So I'm drowning my sorrows in
Hi and bye
tonight. Hey, Courtney. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm okay. A verdict next week. What about you, Chloe? How are you doing?
I am all right. Yeah. I don't know. Every day is just like a little bit more chaotic than I want it to be. Every night I come up with a plan for what I'm going to do the next day, and then something always happens the next day to just like ruin it. So, but I did get my edit done, so I could finally start posting the one Vela story.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I did that, and a couple of the people I with all the craziness of last month, I kind of stepped away from the Medium thing because and now a couple of the other people in my Medium group just got $500 bonuses for yeah, exactly. And I'm like, oh, mother.
For what? For what? Like just writing more stories?
So they're not good at explaining why they do the things they do. And I guess it's probably just the same as with Amazon, that they don't ever want you to have like too much information. So nobody hacks the system. But it literally just says June member list bonus, a one-time bonus for receiving high member engagement.
Oh my gosh.
So what does that even mean? I don't know. But of course, like there's, in every group, no matter how small it is, there's one person that's like kind of real frustrating to deal with. Yeah. She's one of the people that got it. She's like, oh my God, does this mean what I think it means? Like, I mean, it means you got a $500 bonus. It's written clearly. Like, why are you doing this?
Oh.
It means exactly verbatim what it says there. You got a $500 bonus for whatever member engagement means.
Yeah, no, I honestly, like, it's great. It's great when you get that. Like, I fully approve of people just like outright being pleased and braggy about that kind of thing. But I think it should be outright. Like it should be like, oh my God, I got a $500.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, you guys, look what happened to me. And it said, like, does this mean what I think it means? Like, yeah, yeah.
Does this mean what I think it means? Yes, some people read your stuff. Good job.
Yeah, it's just, it's one of those people who just like asks questions like every 3 hours in this group. It's a Facebook group. It's not like a text group. It's a Facebook actual group. So, usually in these groups, people post at once, like at most like once a day. And she posts at least 6 times a day. Nice. Yeah. And then that was one of her posts today. Like, God.
Herb joined us. Hi, Herb.
Hello. And meanwhile, like I had a slight meltdown this morning because for some reason my bank account did like a double transfer on my like mortgage and utility payment. It's not, the money goes from my personal account to my joint account. So the money is there. I could still get it back, except that like one is still pending. So I'm not touching anything yet, but I have no idea why this thing happened twice. I don't have it set up on an auto pay. And I don't know, but like I woke up this morning with my bank account basically being $1,000 short when I'm already hurting because of cat and life.
Oh.
And then as soon as I figure it out, I'm like, oh, these bitches got an extra $500. Great.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all.
So anyways, I wrote another post for Medium today, and that is what I'm going to be working on for the first part of the day. What are you working on? And then we're going to start our first sprint because I'm
also on my Vela project, and I'm doing some editing and hopefully getting into like a 5th chapter.
Awesome. I am going, do you want me to, I'm going to ask you this before I actually do you want me to start looking at it? Because I am at a good place to start looking at it once I get this Medium thing posted. But like, if you think that you're going to be screwing around with it, then I'll wait.
Like today or like?
Right, like today, tomorrow. I can totally wait. It's not, it just, this happens to be a moment where I can pick it up, but I can just as easily pick it up in like 5 days or whatever.
No, it would probably be good for you to pick it up. Let me finish the edits just to this particular chapter, and then you can have the first 4. I think I'll be done with that in the next like 20 minutes. So
perfect, because I have this edit to do, which will get done in like the first hour, and then I can pick that up. So let me get this timer. Oh, that was the wrong button. Oh God, why do I do this to myself? I do it every damn time. Share screen. There we go. Our first sprint is going to be 10 minutes, despite what it says here. Let's get that 10 minutes on the clock. We will see you guys at 18 past. Okay, that is time. Let me know where we're flying to. Let me know how y'all did. I did just a little bit of editing because I did have that conversation to deal with Sarah, which it was absolutely her telling me a story that involved that. But yeah, it's we ended up discussing it. But I got a little bit of editing done. And
yeah. Well, that's good because I need another like 20 minutes on this particular chapter before I can hand over the thing. Oh my gosh, I have done.
It's going to be at least 9 o'clock before I get to it. Don't worry.
That's good because I have done. So I think some of the earlier chapters, I don't know. I like some of my story, but I'm writing about law firms, and so like part of this feels like a little traumatic in some ways, and sometimes I get to like a chapter where I like this particular one is like a nasty conference room meeting, and it's like I don't know, like maybe I definitely didn't have this happen to me, but I must have been afraid of something like this because I've clearly like spent a lot of time on all of the details of like what I would be terrified of. Like there's a lot more details than I would normally do. And I think I might need to cut that substantially. So
can you like cut some of it to save for later?
I think so. I think I have like some that's useful for later, but I have definitely I was just looking at it and I like my main character walks into a room and there's like 4 people in the room. I don't get to the actual conversation that's going on in the room for like 3 pages. Now some of this is okay because some of it is like interesting stuff about what people are doing, but some of it just needs to go. Like just needs to go. Like 4 pages. That's insane. That's like half the chapter. So that's how that went for me.
I feel like we've all done that before.
Yeah.
I with these stories for Medium, again, they are erotica, and it's really funny because like so the way that Medium works is they have these publications. You can have your own publication. I do most of my stories go into that, just because it's better visibility than it not being in a publication. Like it's just like their algorithm. So every single one of my stories goes into a publication. It's just that 2 of the publications are my own publications. And then there are these other ones that I submit to once or twice a month. And oh God, where was I going with that? No. Oh, yeah. so there, the big one is my erotica. And all of these things you submit and then maybe they take you, maybe they don't. I have never been turned down by my erotica, but like I live in fear of it, especially with them because they are the biggest one. And then somebody the other day mentioned that they had been turned down, and I was like, well, what happened? Because like I need to know every single reason you might get turned down so I can avoid these things. And for theirs, it was that it didn't get to the action for like 500 words. And I'm like, oh God, that is me. Like that is me constantly. I've by dumb luck, the ones that I have submitted, I at least like make it clear where it's going very early. But like I have plenty of stories that like if you didn't know what you were getting into already because you were reading my stuff and it was tagged and labeled clearly what you were getting into, you would have absolutely no idea that it was erotica for at least 500 words.
500 words is like nothing. I mean, that's...
Well, when it's a 1,500 word story, it's a third of the story.
Oh, okay. Yes. Fair enough. I mean, yeah. If you're doing erotica in 1,500 words, it's pretty hard. I mean, yeah, you kind of need to get the action like ASAP.
Yeah.
Right. Like I get that.
Yeah. So, but anyways, the whole point of that is like, I get that scenario of being, And I feel like we've all been there. Everybody, why did I just go blurry? What the hell? Anyways, I feel like everybody watching this has had that issue many times of like scenes just taking forever to get going. And sometimes it works. Sometimes I don't know. Like I definitely have those scenes where the first half of it is validly an exposition dump or like a what's the correct word for that? I guess it's still exposition where you tell, don't show. And you give like, this is what happens between point A and point B without actually showing it. So yeah, it's fine. You're fine.
We'll see. I've been reading this to my husband, and after I finish the chapters, I'll be like, so is it okay? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it like, what is it? And he goes, no, it's good. And I'll be like, but I feel like I'm writing like an adult thriller. Like there's that level of detail, like he'll be like, yeah, that is what you're writing. And I'm like, but I don't read those. So
it's okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. I'll be looking at it soon too. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I know. I feel like that. Well, I'll forewarn you on this one. Like it's a. No, I'm not going to forewarn you because what if it's fine? What if I'm just paranoid?
I am excited to figure out what the hell I'm getting into.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get our next sprint going. 20 minutes on the clock. We'll see you guys at 8:45. Okay, that was time on that sprint. Let me know how you guys did. I got that short story finished editing, and I am in the middle of posting it. And Sandy is taking us on an adventure again.
Sorry, my laptop has the camera at like the very top of the screen, so I have to flip the thing around. This is very poor design, but I have to flip the thing around to make it work. Yeah, that's what has to be done. Was there a question there? Did you say?
I mean, I just asked the usual how you did.
Yes. Okay.
Did
so
I?
what I did.
I might not have even asked that. I think I did though.
No, that's okay. I decided that you could have the first 3 chapters and I just take the 4th out for now. That's probably the best way to do this because I'm still working on the 4th. But in good news, I think I like the edits I'm making. So like I think it was
Good.
really so it's probably a really good thing that I have things to edit. What about you?
I just finished that edit, so I'm about to, I guess, start your edits.
You don't have to tonight. It's not like
no. This was all I had to do today. Because like the next thing I have to do with Girlfriend by the Hour is write that blurb, which I don't want to deal with now. And then I finally did make a list of everything that I need to get done. And of course, the door that list is on the back of is open right now, so I can't actually see it. But I did finally make a list. So I still have to get +3 on Smashwords and also in paperback. And I still need to get my shifter stuff in paperback. But all of that is going to require learning Affinity Publisher, which I haven't done yet. So that's all like stressful. I don't want to do it. I've got my other Vela project, and I have decided to go back to the damn alien one. I'm gonna do both, but I feel like I just need to get that damn thing written. I already have it fully outlined. I just need to do it.
So I'm excited about that because I have not read any of your alien stuff so far, and I think it's probably very fun.
I mean, if you want to read it, I will send it your way.
The only thing I feel sad about, well, you are sending it my way, right?
I was going to send you the Paranormal Academy one.
Oh.
Because that was what we had already discussed, my sending to you.
Are you doing
But if you do want to read the alien one, you can. Yeah, well, like I tabled the alien one with the plan on doing it later. And then the more that I thought about it, the more I was like, I should just do it now.
So are you doing the alien one for Vela, or are you just doing the alien one for like?
I'm gonna do it for Vela, and here's why. So I've got a contemporary, and which is already done. I don't know how it's gonna fly though, because like we really have no idea what their erotica policies are, and also like we just don't know what this market is going to be, right?
Yeah.
So I figure, if I get this one done, which it is already done, and then I get the alien one done, which is, I mean, I'm over the hurdle of the first couple of chapters, right? Mm-hmm. I am literally at like where everything turns sexy.
Which is your strength.
Right. And like my hesitancy with this one was based on the fact that the chemistry is weird in this because he's part of this alien program where they're like not bonding like they're supposed to, or like they would based on their species, because of like genetic, stuff that they've been doing to them. So like he's not supposed to be feeling any sort of like romantic connection to anybody. So there's just like no chemistry on his side aside from like she's a friend, and now she needs sex. So like let's do her a solid. And he is absolutely falling in love with her. of course, but also like he's not feeling it the right way. So like I was kind of hesitant to put it out there in Vela because it's not, even by like alien romance standards, it's not very traditional. And so, and again, it's just kind of lacking that chemistry. And I was worried that Vela readers were going to be mad that there's no chemistry. But as long as the story is good, then I don't know. So,
I mean, that'll be really interesting to see what happens with Vela, right? Like, because it's not clear how people will find stories yet. Like, it's not clear if there's going to be, you know, our authors who already have a big following going to like immediately do better. Like, our stories like ours just going to like sink to the very, very bottom.
Right. And that's part of my thought. So that's why, I've got this very standard billionaire romance, but it might get like whatever their form of dungeoning is. I've got this kind of wonky sci-fi romance. And then I've also, or like sci-fi erotic romance, I should say. And then I'm going to have a very standard, very episodic paranormal academy romance. That's going to be, it's going to be in that line between urban fantasy and romance, because the romance, because it's episodic, it's not going to be as strong of a romance plot, but it's going to be very, standard in the like episodic sense and the plot line. An academy romance, I am discovering, does not have as much romance in it as most romance does.
It doesn't?
It's weird. We'll talk about that after this next sprint if you want to. But my thought process then is that I throw all three of these out there and I'll see if any of them catch. What doesn't catch, I just publish because it's already done.
I agree. And I mean, you're writing this much anyway, so why not?
Right. If I can get these two projects done before it's actually released, which again, one of them is, then yeah, we'll see if I can get something to stick in Vela.
I think this is a good plan.
Yeah. Let's do a sprint.
Okay.
So it is 8:53 here in Atlanta. So we will see you guys at 9:13. Okay, that was time. Let me know how y'all did. I started reading Sandy's Fella Project.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I continued working on my Fella project.
We are both working on the same thing right now. Just different.
We are. Yeah, well, kind of. I mean, yes, we are. We are both working on the same thing. God, I'm so tired. Literally the same thing.
So I'm not putting any color commentary in it because it's a proofread, but I was really amused by the tapping the pencil to generate heat.
Thanks. You feel free to comment if you want, especially if especially the parts that suck.
Well, yes. I haven't had. I mean, if anything, it would be like a line edit comment, most likely.
That's good too. Yeah.
Yeah. But so far, there's only been like one or two. I'm only on page 3. I should preface that, but I think I only had like 2 sentences that I was not feeling.
That's not that bad. Yeah. This is, like I said, it's a really weird story for me because I feel like I'm writing to an audience that I am not. You know, like I'm telling a story about some not like I'm applying my real life knowledge and making it significantly more thrilling.
Yes.
But that's not like thrilling to me. Like I think that's why I like to write fantasy so much more. Like why would I ever want to write in the contemporary world when the contemporary world just kind of sucks in so many ways?
I mean, this is true, but also like you do have all of these authors who make bank on lawyer stuff.
I know.
And not just the like Grisham super like gritty or what have you, super dramatic. Like there's absolutely like this what you are writing is absolutely a genre.
It is, right? Like
this legal this legal chick lit stuff absolutely is a thing.
I should no, but I shouldn't find somebody else's because then it won't be as I should read more chick lit. But I think if I were to read somebody else's, I would be thinking, well, gosh, should I add that element in? And it would lose that like memoir sense that I'm
right.
how would I write? Oh, Herb, thank you. I finally got my haircut, you guys, at like an actual
really
place.
good. Yeah.
Thank you. I've been cutting it myself for, a long time.
That is the world that we're in right now.
It was. Yeah. Seriously. Oh, Herb has also read the classics of Chitlick. What would you say are the classics of Chicklit, Herb? Like, should I read like The Devil Wears Prada and Bridget Jones? I feel like those are things.
I mean, I feel like that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's with Herb with the hair. No, I did not get color too. That is happening. That's happening on Saturday. Yeah, that's totally the camera. Yeah. But although I had the weirdest conversation at the Walgreens the other day with like the cashier who was like, I really like your hair color. Like I did my hair color multiple weeks ago. So I think if she likes my hair color, then that means I really like the way your roots have grown in, which is random, right? And I was like, thanks. Because, I don't know this person in any context other than like she's the cashier at Walgreens. And then she kept at it, like being like, I wonder if that color would look good on me. I don't know. I'm not sure I have that skin tone. It was one of these like bizarre moments where I was thinking, wow, like this could totally have happened in a novel, but also like, I really need to get out of Walgreens. Why are we still talking?
Right. Also, like this was not my plan for the day.
And this is not my plan for the day. Yeah, but I'm planning to highlight it on Saturday, so I'm gonna ruin it all because I because my roots growing all gray, and I need to prevent that from happening.
I've also been debating chopping my hair off.
Oh,
but I don't know if it's actually at that dramatic of a length yet. But also, it is officially at that length where, like, if I roll over in bed, I have to lift my head up and move my hair to the proper position. So maybe it is.
Oh, interesting. Is that because you're neurotic about that, or is that because it's like that long?
No, because I get tangled in it. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's not that long. It's just at that point. I'm at a
Whoa.
Yeah.
It is long.
I mean, it is long.
You didn't do the pandemic cut.
I have on many occasions had hair down to my butt. So this is not quite there yet, but also I don't know. It's at that length where, like, I don't know what the hell to do with it except just, like, bun it. Which isn't really doing anything with it. But then when it's short, I don't know what to do with it either.
Yeah, no, I have to have my hair long enough to, like, pull back, right? Because otherwise I feel like it drives me crazy if I can't. But
well, that's the other thing is that, like, I'm not necessarily like that as long as my hair is cut in a way where I don't have to, like, fuss with it constantly. But if I'm theoretically going back to work, I haven't heard anything yet, but if I'm theoretically going back to work, that means I'm going back to hairnets.
So you have to pull your hair back. Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise it, like, pulls in the hairnet. I'm trying to remember what I did before I like when I chopped my hair off last time. Because that would have been while I was at Publix, because it was when I was living at the apartment with Ken. Anyways, we should do our next sprint.
Well, you could do headbands, and also I'm just saying this is totally a chicklet conversation, so I appreciate the inspiration.
This is your fault. This is 45th floor.
This is my fault.
Yeah. Thank you for posting that link, Devin.
Yeah, thank you.
So it is 9:21. So we'll be back at 9:41. And if Sandy is up for it, that means we'll do one more sprint. And we'll be running just a little bit long tonight, but, like, better than usual, I'd say. So we'll see you guys in 20 minutes. Okay, that was time. Let us know how you did. I did some more editing for Sandy. I am at page 8 right now.
That's pretty good. I moved on to the next chapter in my story, which is when I enjoyed writing. So it's more fun to edit.
This chapter is?
Yeah, it's like I have a few interludes where I tell the story from other characters' perspectives. This chapter is like the paralegal, which
Aww.
is it's fun. I made the paralegal like a little sex kitten, but she's
Aww.
but she's good at what she does. So I not that way, but like that way. And so I'm having fun writing her. It's nice to enjoy some part of what you're doing.
Right. I just always hear paralegal stories from Shell, my other lawyer friend.
Oh.
And just like the fresh hell that hers go through.
Paralegals go through absolute hell. Those poor. Although, honestly, I kind of wish I'd been a paralegal. Like, there would have been something really soothing about spending time organizing other people's like messy minds, which is kind of what paralegals do, right? And I think I would have been good at finding documents and labeling binders. God, that sounds bad.
I feel like particularly not even the field that Shell is currently in, but the one that she was previously in is probably particularly nightmarish for paralegals. I mean, that collection or whatever the correct term is for that. She's in family law now, but
better. That could be worse.
It could be worse. I have certainly got some stories.
I feel like with collections, like it would be bad because it's just stressful to be in a collections firm. I mean, like it's no fun to have to worry about taking money from people. But in family law, the number of documents you could have, it could be like insane to try to figure out what parents and kids had. And I mean, divorce cases, like financial records and such. Oh my God. I don't think I'd want to be organizing that.
That's fair.
Yeah. But corporate paralegals, who I'm sure are very, very stressed all the time. I mean, they're stressed, but they have at least interesting cases. So
I feel like you can absolutely tell me if I'm wrong on this, but I feel like if all else is held equal, probably corporate law is where you want to be.
Yeah. I mean, if we define corporate law as like lawyers representing big companies in some capacity, then there's lots of places to go in there, right? Like you could be doing some big company's taxes, or you could be like defending some big company against a lawsuit. And almost for sure the tax side would be like the better side to be on, because that would be like you never have like a tax emergency, like
right.
I suppose that's not true. You probably do have plenty of tax emergencies, but they're not quite as bad as the emergencies that come up. Oh my God. Clearly I am approaching.
We only have one more sprint left.
Yeah, we need to do one more sprint because this has been really productive time. So that's good. And I figure I've got to be like churning out, a chapter a week or so. Do we have any idea when Bella's going to start? We still don't know, do we?
No, I got another email today inviting me to join Bella. And that is, I believe, the exact same email that I've already received at least 3 times now.
So I wonder if we're like 6 months away or a year away or 3 months away.
That is a very good question. I feel like it is definitely going to be in 2021. I feel like it'll most likely be by the end of summer, but that is just like gut instincts coming out. Initially, when they announced it, my thought had been like July. Now we're already in June and they haven't announced anything yet. So I feel less comfortable with July than I did before, but absolutely by the end of 2021. And I feel like before the end of summer.
But I think if I were Amazon, I would be like looking at my database of published stories and thinking like, do we have enough? Like it would probably be like flexible. I'd probably be saying like,
That's
have the authors given me
true
enough?
too. And that could be why they keep sending me this email, which, oh my God. So, I'm in quite a few different writing groups, and some of them I don't really know what level people are at. There are definitely some that like I just was like invited into and never really paid much attention to or whatever. I'm in a Discord group that is for writing, a fairly quiet one, so I don't have a great idea. And like most of the people, like, they don't talk about publishing so much as actual writing. They do talk a lot about pit mads, which I'm not a fan of pit mads, but like I'm not judging anybody's, whatever, anybody's experience on that either. But anyways, so this group happens to have regional channels in it. So I figured this was a good place to ask a US group without like having backlash from other people outside of the US. And I asked in that channel if anybody else was doing Vela, and 4 people responded, and every single one of them had no idea what Vela was.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And I don't know if that means that literally nobody on this group is published, or if they're all like the ones who are published are all trad. I don't know what happens when you're trad, if you would be getting these emails like we do.
Probably not.
I guess not, but I also feel like if you're trad, there's probably some talk about it within your, publishing group. Like, when you're trad, they kind of like push you together, like your publishing house or like whatever subsidiary tends to kind of funnel you guys together to like make your own little street team,
Do you think? That's awesome.
Yeah, for better or for worse, but like that way, like if you get newsletters from, say, Courtney Milan, and you look at the books that she recommends, they're almost always from her same publishing house. Like, it's just...
Oh, yeah. Okay. Of course.
Yeah. So for better or for worse, like as a new author, I think that would be great, but also like it is absolutely having you be their beast of burden anyways. So I don't know. I just thought it was really strange that not a single person in this in this group, at least among the people who were checking this channel, knew what Vela was.
I mean, the trad world is just so different in some ways, right? Like it's such a different world, and they're so worried about pitching and query letters and like agents.
Yes.
And, like, have
and
I
that
written
isn't
my...
kind of what the talk is there. I just don't know if any of them actually are or not.
I don't know. And I mean, my sense is like your query letter isn't at all the same as a blurb. So like there's no crossover there. Like your publishing timeline isn't at all the same as ours. So there's no crossover there. Amazon isn't necessarily your friend. So there's no crossover there. You can't advertise on Amazon. You're not doing your own Facebook ads. So like, I mean, it's all...
Yeah, it's weird.
So maybe Vela is just like... But I kind of agree with you. Like, whether or not it is the same, like, Vela potentially represents a threat to the way people read,
Mm-hmm.
like, and Amazon changes the freaking world. So, like, I would be But then again, traditionally published authors are like traditionally not interested in change like that, right? Like they're purposely
Yeah.
going. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Should we do
Usually,
one more?
like definitely what I've seen a lot, just again, because I listen to that podcast, so I get the perspective of a lot of different authors, at least in the romance industry. From
Yeah.
what I hear, it sounds an awful lot like, people who go to trad and then go back do it because they get real jaded by trad. They do trad thinking that it's going to be amazing, and then 5 years later, they're like, well, I feel kind of trapped, and now I'm going to do this other thing.
Yeah.
Now
I
some
think
people
that.
stick in it forever. I'm not saying that this is everybody. Like, don't that wasn't where. After I said that, I realized it kind of sounded like I said this is the natural progression. It's
No.
not. It is just one of the progressions, and it seems to be like if somebody is writing both trad and indie, that tends to be what has happened there. Anyways, let's go ahead and do our last sprint. It is that time. So we are going to get another 20 minutes on the clock, and we will see you guys at 10:12 for farewells. Okay, that was time on our last sprint. How did you do, Sandy?
I got a little distracted, and my dog is wheezing all weird.
Oh, no.
I think I might have a little dog emergency. I'm assuming you were probably just reading. I always feel mildly guilty when you like spend word sprints reading my stuff, but I appreciate it. So
No, it's fair. It's what we agreed to do. I finished. How's your dog doing? Oh, is your dog sneezing or wheezing?
Yeah, I think I gotta leave early, you guys. I gotta make sure that she gets some cough medicine. She does not seem okay.
Yeah, go take care of your dog. We're ending the show now, anyways.
All right, sorry everyone. Thanks for being
quickly,
here.
Sandy, really quickly, just putting it out there. You can pick it up or put back down. I don't care. Paul Hogan is the actor who played Crocodile Dundee. And you have a character named Paul Hogan.
Wait, I have a character named who?
Paul Hogan. Paul, your gay secretary is named
I better
Paul
change
Hogan.
that. That's funny.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go because Sandy is having a dog emergency and it was time to go anyways. So you guys all have a great night. Thank you for joining. Hopefully I will be back sometime in the next couple of days to do a morning show because I need to get back on that horse. But thank you all for watching. Bye guys.
Bye.